All right, welcome back, guys, to game number 2 between Socke and Pink. Pink has defeated a lot of illustrious opponents so far in this tournament, but will his run be ended by Socke here, who has taken game number 1 in this best-of-3 series off of it on Entombed Valley? Choice is Daybreak, guys. Pink versus Socke, game number 2 here. Let's get into the game. And spawning up here in the top right location, ladies and gentlemen, he is currently a game down. Will he be able to bring the series back to level pegging? We'll find out in just a moment. He is, of course, Pink, who is ironically spawning in the red. And his opponent spawning in the bottom here as the blue Protoss. I think he needs very, very little introduction, if one at all. Representing ATN, guys, we have Socke, who is currently 1 game up in this best-of-3. And an excellent question from Red Kremlin there. How does an antivirus prevent a virus if it hasn't been identified first? And the answer is, if your antivirus can defeat hordes of demons and looks like an absolute boss of a cyborg, it can basically do anything, and I bet it could cook you dinner afterwards as well. And while we're on that topic, special thanks to, of course, ESET for putting on the ESET UK Masters and allowing these tournaments to be possible. There are, of course, 8 spots up for grabs, 2 in each online qualifier, 4 players to get prize money, travel stipend, accommodation, and VIP tickets to the ESET UK Masters final, which is going to be held at Insomnia 47 in the UK later on in November. So these guys, this is exactly what they're competing for here, which is why we see so many unbelievably cool names in the bracket. We had Sage and Pult earlier, though unfortunately Pult did not end up showing up for the tournament, but maybe he'll be in the next one. He signed up with intent, so maybe he just had to do something else last minute. Really excited to see who is going to be making it through. We're only playing up to the semi-finals here, guys. The finals are not being played because the top 2, of course, go through with this particular prize. And I believe this game, if I do a quick double check, is actually in the round of 8. So after this, one of these guys is guaranteed to be in the final 4. So there should be one best-of-3 away from those prizes. Now, back to the game. We see second gases being taken from both players now. From Pink slightly early, but he is actually going 2-2 on the gas. So just a little bit... In fact, both players are going 2-2 on the gas now. So a little bit different from what we saw last game, where Pink went 2-2 on the gas and Socke did not. Pink is a really cool patrol on that probe there, just wanting to see everything that's going on. Knows when the cybernetics core finished, so knows when it was actually possible for Socke to train a stalker, which is why the probe is still sitting around there, not being terribly afraid until approximately 20 seconds from now. In the meantime, back home, the players are looking fairly identical at the moment. We have 21 probes. I suppose it's worth noting that the first Zealot was actually skipped by Socke. He instead is just going to be going straight for that first Stalker. Whereas Pink has, I believe, a first Zealot as well as a first Stalker out on the map here. And Socke is going to be going for a pretty early Twilight Council. So this could potentially be for DT play, guys. Or it could be for a super fast blink. Let's find out what Socke has in mind when he's going for this. And we have a Stalker now just moving it across the map, trying to pick apart those probes and sneaky bounds. But Pink has the probe inside Socke's base, ladies and gents. And that could prove to be pretty darn huge indeed. We have got a robotics facility going down now for our red Protoss player. Let's see what he ends up producing from that. Are we going to see... Presumably we'll see an observer first. And Socke has decided on fast blink. Oh, and Pink was able to come back in with that probe that was inside his base. Of course, Socke was trying to defend at the ramp, but the probe managed to get in edgeways. Saw the Twilight Council, and I believe saw that it was researching something as well. I can't tell from this shot. Not 100% certain, but the Twilight is definitely there now, so the element of surprise has disappeared from Socke's play, and he's presumably going to be transitioning into something just a little more chilled out. We have got an Immortal now being chrono boosted out, which is pretty cool, coming out from Pink, and a Twilight Council of his own is coming down. So perhaps he's expecting a very fast blink attack coming out from Socke, in which case, two conclusions have been reached. One, I need more Immortals, because Immortals do great against Blink Stalkers. And two, I eventually need Blink myself so that my Gateway army is on level pegging. And Pink is currently going for both of those things. So cannot possibly complain about the decisions here. And there we go, right on cue, guys. Blink starts at his Twilight Council. In the meantime, it looks like out of these three warp gates, more and more units are being chrono boosted out from Socke, so he really does want to make this a little bit of a blink timing here, even bringing a probe to put some very aggressively placed forward pylons down. Let's see what happens, and there we go, one Stalker moving up first, and the second one coming out as well. Are they going to be able to overwhelm the Immortals before anything else happens? It looks like it at this stage. The second Immortal does go down, but there are 4 Stalkers remaining, plus a Zealot and Sentry for Pink at the moment, and it looks like Socke is going to be forced to pull back. He did manage to kill every single Immortal, but dear oh dear, Socke losing quite a lot in that engagement here. In fact, if we take a quick look at the units lost tab, Socke actually lost a lot more, even though he did reset the Immortal cap. So now we are going up to 4 gateways in total from Pink, and in the meantime, Socke is still at 3, but going for his 4th as well. So he's got his 4th gateway, but there's a 4th gateway and a robotic facility here, and ooh, we have an Immortal being chrono boosted out. So an Immortal in Pink's army now is going to be super valuable to him, because Socke will not have any of his own. He only has the 4 gateways and the Twilight Council. So he'll be forced to engage the Immortal first, and while the Immortal's being engaged, Pink might be able to pick off a lot of units with his Gateway army and try and get an advantage that way. And it looks like that's exactly what he is going to do right now. Ooh, picking off those forward pylons. And Socke coming in for round number 2, blinking in to kill off that Immortal. But once again, Socke just losing so many Stalkers. Pink doesn't have Blink until literally right this second, though. And Socke, I think, has not seen the Twilight Council, so Pink can choose when he opts to show the Blink. There we go, he shows the Blink now to pick off a Stalker, and Socke knows they're on level pegging, but there is an Immortal on the way as well. And oh my goodness, Socke needs to be so careful. He is not trading efficiently here. Losing yet another Stalker. He cannot afford to throw them away like this because there's an Immortal in the back. And Pink has it in the back as well, forcing Socke to blink forward if he actually wants to take it out. And GG comes out from Socke. I think he knows it's over. The long-term damage from the Immortals makes it too cost-ineffective for Socke to engage there. And Pink ties the series up 1-1. So an excellent defense with that Immortal play there from Pink versus the quick Blink Stalkers from Socke on Daybreak there. And we're going to be going into a map number 3 to decide who advances from this PvP. Now, whoever wins this series only has one best of 3 to get to before they earn that round of 16 seed, plus travel, plus accommodation, plus prize money to the ESET UK Masters Finals at I-47. It is all to play for here, coming up right after this commercial break, guys. Don't go anywhere.